All right, what's good, y'all? I just wanted to talk about the drone situation. It's all over my timeline. It's all over the news. People speculating like what is it? Is it, you know, government? Is it, aliens? Is it or some of them aliens or other drones? Is it a distraction? What's the government up to? All these things. And you know, everybody's speculating. And the reality is we don't really know. And if you ask me, I think it's just another distraction, um, because we don't know, right? And so, like, all we can really do is speculate. And it's taking our attention and putting it, and our attention is the most valuable thing we have. It's what we create with. And so it's taking our attention and it's putting it on something that we ain't gonna know the answer, right? So so I think that's kind of terrible, right? Like, we should be having our, and even if you like answer it, you come up with a question that kind of like or an answer that satisfies you, and you say it's um government or whatever. It's still like, how do you feel? You probably still feel like shit, right? So it's like we got to let ourselves not be distracted by things that don't even serve us. What's up, Jersey girl? Peace and blessings. Sending Detroit love and support. Thank you. Much love. Right back to you. And so I think we have to realize that our attention is the most valuable thing we have, right? And a lot of times we have these things like the news and all these things that are going on that are distracting us for putting our attention on things that actually serve us, things that actually improve our life, things that actually make us feel better. Because when you put your attention on all these things that make you feel like shit, you're creating your reality with that frequency. We create our reality with our frequency. And so you have the news and you have all these people who are putting your attention on all these things that probably are just going to make you feel like shit, and probably are things that are just out of your control anyway. So a lot of times they're just wasting your time. They're lowering your frequency, and because they want clicks and they want your attention. And then you're creating a reality that you don't want, because it's taking you to a low frequency place. So we have to realize that what we put our attention on is extremely valuable. And how does what we're putting our attention on make us feel? That's the importance of being conscious and being in the present moment, is because you can pay attention to how is this making me feel, right? And how is this serving me? How is me putting my attention on this serving me? And what is this going to create for me? Because if we're always putting our attention on trash stuff, like, you know, what Donald Trump is doing and all, and or whoever is doing whatever disastrous thing, then that's the reality that usually that makes us feel like not good. And then that becomes our frequency, and that's the reality we create. So we got to stop putting our attention on things that don't serve us, right? I was thinking about AI in the movies. And although I love movies like The Terminator and, movies like that, I think we need more movies that have to do with AI that are positive, that envision a positive future, because we're creators and we create with our attention. And a lot of these movies are programming our subconscious mind, and film is very important. And so we gotta like envision positive futures, because we're going to create the dystopias, because you create what you put your attention on. And so if we're always putting our attention on disastrous futures related to AI or aliens or whatever, then I believe that's what we're going to create. Because most people are not conscious of the fact that they're very powerful, that their sentience, the I am, what you truly are, not the body, not the mind, creates. And what you truly are is frequency. You're a frequency being. And you create with your frequency, with your vibration. And so if your vibration is always in a bad place, in a place of fear, in a place of aggravation, in a place of, low frequency things, then that's the reality we're going to create. And so a lot of times this world has our attention on a bunch of terrible things, right? People watch the news, it's always a disaster, right? Or a lot of the movies, it's always a disaster. Then we wonder why we're always creating a disastrous world. You know what I mean? So we want to take our, even like if you see like people like if you, CNN, for example, CNN didn't want Donald Trump to be elected, but yet they were always giving him all their attention, all their emotion, right? And constantly talking about him, constantly feeding him their energy. And what happened? He gets elected. And the people they ignore, like a lot of the like progressives that they ignore, don't get elected. So they created that reality by always giving him their energy, always giving them their focus. If you don't prefer something in your reality, take your attention off that and put it on things you do prefer. Now, you have to be aware of what's going on, right? But we feed our attention too much to things that we don't want, because we're unconscious of the fact that we are creators. We're creators. We're powerful. And that's why our attention, people always want your attention, is because your attention is the most valuable thing you have. Make sure you put it on things that empower you, that benefit you. Take your attention off disasters all the time, right? Because that's what the news and the government and they want. They want your attention on doom and gloom. So you create that reality. This is spiritual, right? And so we have to realize the power of our sentience, the power of our I am. And so back to the drone situation. So I get it that it's intriguing. Like, we want to know, what is it? What are they doing? But first off, we're not going to know right now, right? We can guess, we can speculate, but at the same time, it's like, how does it make you feel focusing on that? Put your attention on things that are going to make you feel better, because that's the energy you're creating with. It seems, whatever the answer is, regardless, to me, it's a distraction. They're playing us like we're stupid. The government knows damn well what's going on. They're not going to tell us, right? And it's the same kind of thing they do, distraction, right? And the news wants you focused on it, but it's like, how is focusing on it serving you? Put your attention on the I am, the infinite, what you truly are, infinite awareness. Put your attention on the self. Put your attention on things that benefit you, that make you feel at peace, that make you feel calm, that make you feel more courageous, more empowered, that are going to lead to you being more abundant, more confident, stronger, right? Put your attention on things that the reality that you want to create. Don't put your attention on all the toxic things, all the toxic people out here. Put your attention on things that benefit you, because you want your frequency right. That's the most important thing, is your frequency, because that's how you manifest a better reality. And I learned that hard lesson this month, right? Because I started to like put my attention on things that don't serve me, right? Don't put your attention on the outside world, because that's not where your power is. You're a creator. You're creating things. And when you start to put your attention on what's going on the outside world, that's not where it's at, right? So this is very important to understand. You're who you are. You are the creator. You create your reality. And for some people, that's hard because, especially for somebody like me, I've had a disastrous reality most of my life, right? But it's because I was unconscious. I didn't understand. I had a very low self-esteem. I had a lot of trauma. So I know when you hear like, oh, what do you mean I'm the creator of my reality? I know it can be a hard thing to hear at first, but it's true. And if you start to realize that you are the creator of your reality, and start to see how certain situations serve you, like even the bad situations, you want to start looking at the bad situations as, how does this serve me, right? How is this situation served me? And then it'll come. You just be patient and it'll come, and you'll see how, even though that situation is difficult, in some way it'll serve you. But if you look at it as you're a victim of it, then you're not going to get the jewels in that situation, right? So you always want to look at difficult situation as, why would I create this experience? Why would I create this shitty experience? How does it serve me? Then you'll get the answer. You'll get the solution, right? And so we want to start seeing, because like I say, if we're getting back to the movies and how movies program our subconscious, and then what's in our subconscious mind, we create that, right? So we want to put that's why I think it's important for movies, more positive futures with AI, because we want to program that into our subconscious, and then we'll create that collectively. But if all we have is doom and gloom in our subconscious, then we're going to create more doom and gloom, right? And that's the importance of being, of having positive things in your subconscious mind. And repetition programs the subconscious mind. So that's the problem with watching all this doom and gloom, or things we can't control and all this stuff, right? Like, I know it's entertaining, right? I know it's entertaining to watch the news, to watch certain movies. I love them. And I think they're also great in a way because it's good to see the possible disastrous outcomes so you can prevent those. But you need more than just the disastrous outcomes in your subconscious. You need positivity in there, right? So I hope we get more movies because I think AI, a future is coming. It's inevitable with we have general intelligence right here. We are going to have super intelligence right around the corner. And so we don't want to come at it with a victim consciousness. We want to realize that we're not separate from anything outside of us and that we are creators. And so we want to raise our level of consciousness and see ourselves as creators, to see ourselves not as the body, not as the ego, not as our traumas, but see ourselves as divine fractals of God, because that's the reality. And we need to program that into our subconscious. And so we don't want to go into this new paradigm of reality from a victim consciousness, not because we all haven't been victimized, not because this world is extremely corrupt, but because that's not the truth. The truth is we are creators, right? And so we want to go into the future with more of a creator consciousness and take our attention off what we don't prefer. We can't let the news or the YouTubers seduce us into putting our attention and giving all our power and all our energy in the people that we don't even like, right? Because you're feeding them your energy, right? So they're just trying to use you for views and use your energy, right? So, be mindful of that, and marry yourself to the present moment and ask yourself, how does this make me feel? How does consuming this media make me feel? How is it serving me? And if a lot of the drone people, they talk about drone, it just leaves you in a place of confusion and uncertainty and things you can't control. And they're not even going to give you the answers to it. So take your attention off that bullshit, right? We have to wake up to how they play the game. Take our attention off anything that's creating fear in you, that's creating lack, that's creating guilt, shame, uncertainty. Marry yourself to the present moment. No future, no past. Calm your nervous system, because it's the mirror principle. If this is okay, if this is relaxed, if this is calm, if this is empowered, if this is strong, if this is loving, if this is compassionate, if this sees through oneness and not separation, then your outside reality will mirror that, and you'll start to manifest more abundance and more of the reality that you want to prefer. Please listen closely to what I said. You want to calm your nervous system. You don't want to watch a whole bunch of stuff that just is going to just keep you in a constant triggered, state, because that's what you're going to manifest. So marry yourself to the present moment. No future, no past. Focus on your true identity, infinite awareness, a divine fractal of God. That's at its core, it's love and wisdom. Put your attention on things that serve you, that make you feel good, that make you feel at peace, that make you feel happy, things that are in your control. And what's in your control? Things that are in here. All right. All right. Thank you, Jersey Girl. Thank everybody that watched this, that liked this. Appreciate your support. And I'm going to keep growing in this channel. Keep giving y'all the best information, that I get. Right. So, all right. Much love. Peace out. We are one. Don't forget that. We are one. The seer and what is seen is one thing. So that's extremely important. So abundance isn't outside of you. What you love is not outside of you. That's a trick of the mind. Everything is one. Don't put things outside of you. Don't put anything outside of you, because you're a creator. And if you believe it's outside of you, then that's what you're going to create. Nothing is outside of you. The seer and what is seen is one thing. Everything exists in your consciousness. I'm not outside of you. The money isn't outside of you. The love of your life ain't outside of you. Your dream life ain't outside of you, but you got to claim it and realize everything is serving you. So when things are, there's catalysts that are making you feel difficult, like that's what I was currently going through. Certain things were coming up, uncomfortable things, because they're leaving me. So you have to feel it to heal it. Right. So, so understand that too. You're leveling up. Like I'm leveling up. That's why I feel like shit right now, because old wounds are coming up. Old triggers are coming up for me to see it, feel it, heal it, and then it's going to go. Before you level up, that's when you're going to go through the ringer a little bit, and then you start to ascend, right? So don't look at the certain things as bad. Look at them as, ask yourself, how is this serving me? And you'll get the answers, because remember, nothing is outside of you. The knowledge isn't outside of you. All is one. Creation is finished. The whole tree is in the acorn. Creation is finished. Your real self exists outside of space and time. Time exists to this third dimensional world. And I know maybe some of the things I'm telling you may be different from what you've heard, but this is the truth. All right. I said I was going to end it, but I had to, speak on that a little more. All right. Thank y'all for giving me your time. Much love again. I appreciate it. Peace out.